We will show you how to set in a batch quantity in a Macnaught batch controller. This is a GA or a GB030, and I'd like to show you how to set up the batch quantity and to go through and get it to actually function. There's just a few steps that we used to get it up and running, and I'll go through these. We have our controller. We've set all the functions to get this to run correctly. So now we'll go through and we'll set a batch amount that we want it to batch out. And this is done by, when we're in our normal operating, we have what's called our ready light up, which is here in the display. We press the program key just quickly, and this will bring into the preset. And at the moment I have 100 litres programmed in it, and I'll change that to 120 litres. So what we do is we press our right key to move the display across to the second digit, and I'll increment that by 2 numbers to make it read 120. Press the enter key, and that puts the 120, it populates it down the bottom of the screen here, and that's your batch quantity. Our flow meter is still reading 0, and then what we can do is, once that's set in and that's ready to go, you can then press your start button, and you'll see it goes from ready to run. Alright, our flow meter will start to count up as our flow goes through, so pressing the start key will activate the control valve or solenoid. We have flow going through, our flow meter starts to count, and as soon as we get up to our 120 litres, you'll see the run indicator here change to stop. So it's counting up, we get up close to our set point, and then it stops. Now our batch amount is set for 120, and we've batched in 121. So this can be changed by doing your overrun setup if you need it to get back to your 120, or you can actually change your batch quantity to 119, and that will bring you up if you find that your control valve or your solenoid is actuating too slow. Now if I need to check any other functions, I can press the right hand key, and that will tell us that our flow meter has actually registered 358 litres in total, because we've done about 3 or 4 batches, and the batch total is 358 litres that we've put of product into our containers of whatever we're trying to batch. You can see your accumulated totals up, and that's what's reading there. So now we're back to our screen. So if we're going to batch another 120 litres, we can just press our start, it'll press start, our flow meter will start to count, that will go up to 120 litres, and then it'll stop. Now while ever we're in that, I can then move my containers through and press my start button again, and it'll ready to batch again. Now halfway through, if I find that there's a problem, what I can do is press the stop key, and it'll come up with pause. Now if I find that the container is not in the right position, or I need to move it around or do something, and then I can press start again, and that will go back into its normal operation, and then it'll keep counting up. Now I can press that again, it'll go into pause. I find my container's not fitted right or something's not right, I can do what I've got to do, and it'll stop that flow, and then I can press the start again, and then it'll keep going until I get to my 120, and then it stops. And that is how you do the simple programming of your batch quantities in a Macnaught batch controller.